EPA Victoria is a modern environmental regulator, responsive, transparent and committed to meeting the environmental aspirations of Victorians.
Authorities have roaring motors and ear-splitting exhausts in their sights. A roadside crackdown on noisy vehicles was carried out by the Environment Protection Authority overnight. Cars pulled over at random in Broadmeadows and tested for loudness levels.
The community's sick of it. We get thousands of complaints every year and everyone wants this to stop.
Once vehicles are thoroughly examined and documented, EPA officers get behind the wheels themselves, revving the engines and precisely recording decibel readings. Motorists with cars found to be too loud face an almost $800 fine and follow-up checks.
What do we get, mate?
94.1.
Noise limits vary dependent on the vehicle specification and age. For example, cars manufactured after 1983 must not exceed 90 decibels, equivalent to the sound of a lawnmower. In contrast, older motorcycles are allowed 100 decibels, equivalent to jackhammer levels. Driver Matt was stunned to learn his Volkswagen Golf exceeded the limit.
It's not that loud for the hood, you know, for the neighbourhood, as in, like, just, yeah, I'm just annoyed, but what can you do? What can you do?
This Commodore was given the all clear.
I'm sick of it. I always get, like, people looking at my car and the cops have checked how low my car is and stuff before, but it's all right.
And we've only had one that has passed, which I guess that's why we're here ultimately.
Almost 5,000 noisy vehicle notices have been issued by the EPA in the past 3 years, and 90% of drivers picked up are male. The most commonly failed vehicles include Holden Commodores, Nissan Skylines, Subaru WRX and Imprezas and Ford Falcons. The EPA wants all motorists to listen to its warning.
Whilst they may think that the sound of their car is the best thing going, they're about the only one who does.
Emily Rice, 9 News.
Wodonga Police and the Victorian EPA have handed out almost $18,000 in fines to motorists with illegally modified emissions. Police say too many motorists are flouting the law, while others are failing to maintain their vehicles.
Wodonga's Melrose Drive was this morning the focus of the two-day crackdown on modified and unroadworthy vehicles. 75 vehicles were tested over the two-day operation.
We see two categories of vehicle out there primarily that are of concern to us. One is the vehicle that's neglected, and you see the vehicle that's modified, and modified in a non-compliant way.
Vehicles were tested by the EPA for noise and pollution levels. Engines must not exceed 90 decibels on acceleration or deceleration, and exhausts must not emit excessive smoke. Police say they're not making any excuses for fining those who continue to illegally modify their vehicles.
The vehicles are built to a standard, and people, once they try and depart from that standard, well, they leave themselves open. 29
defect notices were issued. Another 30 infringement notices were handed out by the EPA, each a hefty $590. 16 warnings were also given, and more crackdowns are on the way.
We're only limited by the availability of the EPA. If they become more available, people will be seeing more of it.
Nathan Motton, Win News.